Hey everyone. All right, so we're going to do some leg work, improving the range of motion, and then some stability with that. And then we're going to move into some arm movement and some rotation, some twisting that will then going to check and see how and then after that applying it to some arm movement again and see if there's any changes that happen, and then we're going to bring it up to standing and just kind of ground ourselves and reintegrate ourselves into standing. All right, so we're starting on the floor. We're going to start with our feet on the wall, but our knees are going to be at 90 degrees. The only thing that you need is a blanket or a block or a pillow or something to put under your head for another exercise. But always have extra props around so that when you're lying down on your back, if you need to prop something underneath your hips or underneath your shoulders or underneath your head, you can do that. You can also do this seated, but I would also probably just, I'll probably do another post another time for how to do these exercises seated. All right, let's start. So I'm lying down. My bum is about foot and a half away from the wall. My knees are at 90. I'm going to check in here with my breathing. And now would be when, if you needed to, make any adjustments to make sure that you are feeling at ease and you have no discomfort or pain, because you don't want to start with discomfort or pain because then we're just building on top of that, right? So you really want to start off with no pain or discomfort, all right? Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to straighten my left leg, and so that my heel is now on the wall, all right? It doesn't have to be fully straight. And then I'm going to keep my pelvis nice and soft and quiet, and I'm going to start rotating, okay, the leg. And like I usually talk about, you want to initiate the movement where the leg bone meets the hip socket. So yes, my knee and my foot are going to rotate, but they are not what's driving the rotation. The leg bone at the top of the leg bone is what is driving the rotation. And I want to check in and make sure that my breathing is still nice and soft and I'm not clenching or using anything else in my body to rotate this leg. The only thing that should be moving and the only thing that should be making this leg move is the leg bone. All right, let's try. Great. Place the foot flat on the wall. And then let's try the other side. Nice and slow, and moving within your optimal range of motion where there's no pain, discomfort, clicking, clunking, nothing like that. So it might be small. Your range of motion might be small, but that's okay. Make this a challenge. Make this practice just one that you slow down, and your range of motion that you use is maybe a bit smaller than what you normally do. But just make this practice a little bit different than another practice or when you're doing your activities of daily living. So it's just nice, easy, gentle. All right, finish that one off and then place the foot flat on the floor. And then let's just take a couple breaths here and check in with your breathing and check in with how you feel. All right, now I'm gonna go back to my first leg, my left side. I'm gonna place my hand just below my kneecap on my left leg. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull my heel off and I'm gently gonna press my knee in, or my leg into my left hand, and my left hand is going to act as like a brace or a barrier. It's gonna, my leg is gonna want to come towards my chest, but my hand is saying no. Okay, so I'm gently pressing my left leg in towards my hand. Now, checking in here. I still want my breath to be soft, and we don't want it to be a chain of events. So what I mean is, you don't want your jaw or your neck or your shoulders to be involved in this. It's just a lightly pressing of your hand on your knee, on your leg. Same as I don't want my other foot pressing on the wall to press my left foot into my hand, okay? All right, let's let that go. Great, now let's try the other side. So my right hand is gonna press gently, and I'm gonna slowly lift my right heel off the wall, and I'm gently pressing. I want to make sure my breathing is still soft. If my breathing is not soft, I'm going to let some of that pressing go. Nice, let's let that go. Just let your hands come down. Notice how you feel. Okay, from here, thumbs together. Okay, arms straight up. We're gonna bring our arms back towards our ears. They're gonna be straight. Now, and then we're gonna slowly come back up to the starting position. So move through at your own pace, but the things you need to be cognizant of. So I wanna make sure that there's no clicking and clunking while I'm doing this. I don't want it to feel like my ribs are popping. And the other thing too, you really want to make sure is that you move to the range of your arm that has the smaller range of motion. Okay, so that's really key. That's a really important one. And the only thing really that should be moving is your arm bone in your shoulder socket. Okay, that's what this movement is. We're working on improving that range. Let's do one more. Great. Bring the arms down. All right, we're gonna come onto our side. This is where we're gonna grab our blanket or block. Okay, so I'm gonna come here. Okay, my knees are bent. You could place another block or bolster in between your knees if that's comfortable. My arms, I'm gonna just turn like this so you can see me. My arms are gonna start out straight like this. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my top arm, and then I'm just gonna reach. I'm reaching towards you, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm reaching, and I'm gonna come back. Now I'm gonna be very careful. I want to make sure that my ribs stay soft, my pelvis stays soft. The only thing moving is my arm is coming towards you and then back. And it's my shoulder blade moving on my rib cage. Okay, so I don't want to do this to get good movement. See, I'm over exaggerating so you can see. I don't want all sorts of rocking. Okay, everything else is soft. I'm just reaching and back, reaching and back. I'll do one more. Okay, and then let that hand rest down. Now we're going to take ourselves into a twist. So I'm going to bring that top arm up towards the ceiling. I'm going to, my pelvis is going to stay nice and soft, but it's going to stay where it is. And then my torso, along with my arm, are all going to move as a unit. And we're going to twist. Okay. And then I'm going to come back up. So just watch. I'm not going to do this with my arm. My arm is not going to lead, and then I'm going to twist. Okay, I'm twisting as a unit. So my torso, chin, and arm all come together as one. Come back up to center. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Great. Okay, and we're going to let that arm come down. And then let's go back to that first movement. I'm going to lift my arm up. Keeping my ribs soft, I'm going to bring my arm forward and back. And here's your opportunity to check in and notice if anything has changed with this exercise. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. For me, I've been playing with this one this week, and this one for me, I do notice the second time I do this part of the exercise, after I've done the twist, my shoulder, my arm can go further. So that's interesting to me. One more and then rest. Lovely. I'm going to flip around to the other side. I'm going to face you. Okay, get yourself set up. I'm going to do it a little, I wonder if I can do it a little differently so you guys can see. So knees are bent here. Okay, now my arm. Okay. My arm's coming forward, back. My rib cage is soft. The only thing moving is my arm. My shoulder blade is coming forward and backwards. It's driving the movement. Great. Okay, let that rest. Then we'll bring that top arm up. Okay, and then remember the pelvis stays the same. And I come into rotation, a unit. Okay, come back up to center. Great. So torso, arm, chin are all rotating together. Back up to center. And another one. And back up to center. Great, and let that arm come down. Okay. All right, we're going to move up to standing so we can integrate this, before you carry on with your day. So I'm gonna just move the camera up. Great. So back to the wall. We're gonna do a wall squat, a wall sit. So my feet are about, a foot away from the wall. My feet are hip width apart, my back is on the wall, and I'm just going to bend my knees slightly, and then I want to press into I want to feel my feet on the floor here. So I want to feel the base, the center of my heel, the balls of my feet, and the base of the pinky toe on both feet. Okay. Checking in with my breath. I don't want to grip with my feet. I want to be nice and soft. All right, now I'm going to push away from the wall. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to do a chair sit. And so what I like to put my hands kind of right here in the crease where my leg bones and my pelvis are, and kind of this is where my hip flexors are. Just as a reminder that when I bend, I can come to the side. There's a crease here now at my hips. Okay, So there's a crease here at my hips, my knees bend, and my ankles bend. Okay. So I want to feel into my feet evenly. And then let's stay here. You can bring your hands up to your heart center. Feel your feet evenly into the floor. Nice. And then come on up. Notice how you feel when you stand. Let's do one more. Bend. You can either bring your arms, because we did work on this movement when we were down on the floor. So you could bring your arms out like this. And so here's an example. When I bring my arms forward, I want to make sure I'm moving in within the range that's optimal for me. So going up here for me right now is not optimal. Staying right here, I'm nice, light. I have ease. There's no discomfort. You can even come here if you need to. Feel your feet. Breathe. All right, back up to standing. Let's do one inhale with the arms wide. Inhale. Oh. And around. I completely forgot that I'm in a different spot in the house and the ceiling is super low. So I can't bring my arms up, but that's all right. Let's try that again. You bring them arms wide. Exhale around to the heart center. Allow your arms to come down by your side. And just notice how you feel now that you've taken what we've learned on the floor and integrated back up into standing. And take that feeling that we've created with you throughout the rest of your day. If you're going to go and finish do another yoga practice, a lengthier yoga practice, or head into shavasana, or if you're going to go for a walk or read a book and have a cup of tea. But yeah, take this and just see and notice how you feel the rest of the day. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.